What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Before we get into the video, if you haven't done so already, if you could click the subscribe button for me, if you could turn your notifications on, if you could like the video for me, share it, and any comments that you want to make, please feel free, leave them in the comment section down below. So today's video is with regards to our 3-0 win against Plymouth Argyle. Now, as I said, usually I would do my match reaction pretty much after the game or straight after the game, but I went to the game yesterday and had my first experience of the South Stand. Brilliant, really, really good fun. I was talking to the guy. The ticket that I had was in a group of 3 season ticket holders. One of them had sold their ticket back, and it was a father and 2 sons, I believe. So I'd managed to snap for myself a little father and son ticketry. So I spoke to the father, had a couple of chats with him. Really, really nice guy. The people next to me were lovely as well. So nice community in the South Stand. It was good fun. Viciousness towards Rooney, which was interesting to see and interesting to listen to and enjoy, to say the least. But overall, in terms of performances, that is as dominant as you can get without the team really having to get out of second or third gear. To give you the full statistics, and I took these from LUFC data on Twitter, so respect to that one. So obviously we win 3-0. Possession 78 to 22%, so nearly 80 to 20. XG 2.13, 0 XG for Plymouth, 23 shots to 0. 7 shots on target to 0 on target. Big chances 2 to 0. Corners 9 to 0. Successful passes 638. Plymouth 121. Now, to put that statistic into some sort of real credence and to give it a little bit of backbone, if you like, Ao Tanaka completed 106 out of 111 passes yesterday. Plymouth managed as an entire team 121. Just nutty. So final third passes 211 to 11. 211, sorry, Plymouth got 11. Pass accuracy, we were in and around 90. Plymouth were at 60. Touches in the opponent's box, 19 to 5. Crosses 7 to 0. Jules won 57. Plymouth 55. Successful take-ons, we had 7. They had 3. That is the definition of dominant. There isn't any other way to sort of speak on it and speak about it. It was a really, really clinical display as well in terms of the way that we finished off that glut of chances. And watching it sort of for the first kind of 20 minutes, half an hour, it was kind of, you could see how Plymouth was setting up. It was pretty much a 6-man defence. They never really got out of their own half. They never really had an outlet either. So we were pretty much camped in their half for the entire first half and the entire second half as well. Although probably not as penetratively dominant as what we were in the first half. And then we just do ridiculousness in the space of 8 minutes. It was just really, really bonkers. I'm having it as a goal from a corner. I don't care what anybody says. So Rothwell puts the corner in. The ball gets recycled to Nonto. Nonto then passes it to James, who toe pokes it, although he'll say it was with the outside of his boot. Lovely shot, lovely finish. 1-0. Fantastic. Really, really happy about that. Then the second goal comes in, and it's from sort of like a weird volley come shot from Tanaka, which Piru, who had a good game actually yesterday. I was impressed with him yesterday. Really pleased for him overall. Some good tracking back, some good chasing back, getting involved. Really, really good to see. His finish was cool and calm. I mean, he'd had another one whip off the post, off of a cross that had come in as well, which was interesting. You could see he was hungry for it, but nice finish to make it 2-0. And then the ball that comes into Piru that he controls from Rothwell, I think it's Rothwell, was great. Tries to back heel it. It doesn't quite work out the way that it does, but the rebound takes it to Aronson, and Aronson just finishes with a plum. So that's his 4th goal for the season. So we just absolutely destroyed Plymouth in the space of about 8 minutes. Because once we get the first goal, they then have to start coming out again. And that then leaves them wide open for everything. So, they were time wasting from the very, very first minute. They were taking ages for goal kicks. They were taking ages for throw-ins, and they'd go to do the throw-in. They'd go, oh, it's not me that's going to take it. I'm going to go and take it instead. So the time wasting side of things just wasn't working right very well. And like I said, to say that they had 6 in defence and they were getting absolutely pumped in defence. I mean, in the first half, we had 15 shots in the first half. They are, I would say, without doubt, the worst side I've seen at Ellen Road by an absolutely country mile. They didn't have anything to them at all. Now, I know that Rooney was resting players as well in terms of the next game that they've got coming up midweek, and I think he's probably trying to be sensible with it given their position and the probability of winning. And I think that the whole idea of the game yesterday was pretty much just try not to concede, and that's failed miserably in the space of like 10 minutes, which was just, that's just us all over. It was great. It was nice to see that we were clinical and finishing shots off, and like I said, Dan James had their left back on toast throughout most of the first half. But let's go through the players. Meslier, nothing whatsoever to do at all. He kept picking up the ball behind his goal and bouncing it, I think, just to keep involved. There's no crosses he had to deal with, no shots that he had to deal with, nothing, absolutely nothing. He won't have an easy game all season. Firpo at left back was just Firpo. He wasn't really playing as a left back. He was playing pretty much as a left winger for the entirety of the game. Stroik and Rodon are just Stroke and Roydon. They are just ridiculousness personified. Byram slotted in to right back really, really well. Showed some lovely touches, some neat touches, some good play. You actually forget how technically gifted Byram is sometimes. I think sometimes we forget and need to put a little bit of respect on the man's name in terms of him playing and filling in certain positions. The really, really interesting statistic to point out is that I'm just going to make sure that I get this absolutely correct, that over the last 4 matches, against Sheffield United, we conceded no shots. Against Watford, we conceded 3. Against Bristol, we conceded no shots. And against Plymouth, we conceded no shots. Over 4 games, we have conceded 3 shots. That is a absolutely bonkers statistic, and we need to be paying homage to that. I know we all get on about this risk-averse football that we can play at times, but what I will say is, from a defensive point of view, it is really, really garnering results. So that is just it's nuts. That as an actual statistic overall. Nonto on the left was okay, got involved. I actually think he's more effective on the right. That's just my personal opinion. Did okay, was cutting in, getting shots off. Nothing massively spectacular, but I that's not a criticism of him at all. I do like watching him play. Dan James was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He ran a close second for my man of the match. Really, really good. Was tenacious all over the place, tracking back really well, covering Firpo well, breaking up play well, just good, round good, goal finish good. Like I said, you can't complain about it at all. Tanaka and Rothwell, I'm starting to believe that they're just cheat codes. They were taking it in turns to orchestrate absolutely everything. For me, Tanaka just shaded the man of the match on it overall. Just his control, his passing, just his overall involvement in the game. He is such a good player. He is such a good player. And 106 of 116 passes completed. The diagonals he was playing, the long balls he was playing. He is so composed on the ball. I'm genuinely starting to think I do think he might be one of the purchases of the season. And that, again, that's no slight on Rothwell whatsoever at all, because Rothwell was good yesterday. I just think Tanaka just edged him slightly. Aronson was Aronson again. Great to see him get the goal. His tenacity, his work rate, his work off the ball, very, very good overall. Piru, for me, great. He got involved in the game. He got involved in the play, interchange, link up, hold up. He was doing the bits and pieces. It's funny because he can tend to blow hot and cold sometimes. It's just a bit of a weird way that it works. And then obviously Joseph came on and Solomon came on. Solomon played all right, did okay. A couple of really nice touches and movement and stuff. Was constantly getting fouled by their right back, which was infuriating. Piru dropped into the number 10 spot. Again, fine on that. Joseph, some nice touches. Again, getting involved in the play. No complaints whatsoever at all. It's difficult to kind of affect the game. Chambers came on, looked great. Really good for a debut. Looked strong as well. Looked really, really strong. Nice to see Charlie Crew get some minutes as well, and nearly scored right at the very, very end, which was lovely to see. And Gilvegi came on, got his debut. Absolutely pleased for the guy. He is an absolute unit. He is huge. And he didn't look out of place either. He's one of them really tall, leggy, I'm going to say Vieira-esque in terms of his stature, but it looks like he can cover a lot of ground. He did a couple of good recovery tackles, a couple of good getting the feet in, progressing the ball forwards, all of that kind of stuff. I was very, very impressed with him overall. And yes, I know we didn't get any goals in the second half, but we controlled the game. And what else can you do? We're still not out of second. We're probably in gear 2.5, getting ready to switch it into third at the moment. We are... It is frightening that we've still got some gears to go through for me. And now that we have players back, the selection options that we have are really, really good now, and really put not only pressure on other players to make sure that they're performing, but also as well to be able to mix it up, give it a rest, and to change things around. And what was really nice about Judvegi as well was when he got interviewed, he said himself, didn't mention about himself whatsoever at all. The first thing he talked about was Chambers and Crew and just how pleased he was for them. And a really nice little post on X after he finished saying, you know, he's learnt marching on together off by heart and now he knows what it means. And I love him. I absolutely love him. And he's only played 15 minutes and I love the guy already. What can I say? That's going to do it for this one. Hopefully I've covered off everything that I want to cover off. If you've got any comments, please put them down in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed, please do so already. Like the video, as I said. If you could turn your notifications on for me. Share the video around. All of that kind of good stuff. And yeah, I'm a happy boy. We're sitting second. Sunderland, we've clawed them back to 3 points because they didn't take their opportunity. Obviously, Burnley played today, which could change stuff. But we're doing okay. We're doing very, very well. I'm impressed. We've got a good goal difference now. I think it's best in the league overall. So... yeah, happy. Let's move on to Millwall midweek. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. And we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.